Pierde la pelota en Sevilla, el pase de Suárez es buenísimo para Messi. Atención a Messi, encara el 1 para 1. Messi. Leo Messi, Magic Messi.
Mauro Icardi wins the derby for Inter in its dying moments. His timing impeccable.
What's up, soccer fans? Welcome to the Soccer Brothers Podcast. This is Season 2, Episode 6. I'm your host, Sal Qatar, and I'm joined by my brother, Nihal. Nihal, will this be the only weekend that Roma loses and Everton wins?
That's actually, you're joking, but probably.
I think it could be likely.
Everton have won 3 in a row, so.
Oh,
yeah, they're in 8th place. They're like 5 points off of 4th place. So, dude, you never know. They're looking really good.
Yeah, I'm happy for them. But are the fans still staying like level-headed, or are they kind of on like a high and ready to call over the Champions League?
No, I mean we're pretty level-headed. I think this year most of us know it's all about getting Marco Silva, integrated into the club, and you can see his tactics are there, but we just need to upgrade at a few key positions because the team is not that talented. Gylfi Sigurdsson's a great player, Richarlison's a really good player, but they still need a striker and some more wingers. But, Lucas Digne has been playing very well. Jordan Pickford had an incredible penalty save again. But we're not here to talk about Everton, are we? Or Roma. So, save it for the Everton
Well,
podcast.
they might help provide context for some of our other games.
Sure,
but,
yeah, that's true.
The games that we'll be talking about today are Saturday's clash between Barcelona and Sevilla, and Sunday's clash between Inter and Milan. And then we also have a new segment at the end previewing the Champions League, so stick around for that. But first, we're going to talk about the game that happened Saturday afternoon at the Camp Nou, Barcelona versus Sevilla. Barcelona came out on top 4-2. What are your first thoughts after this one?
Well, the biggest story, obviously, from this match was Messi fracturing his arm, and he's going to be missing El Clasico next week. So it will not only be the first El Clasico in a while without Ronaldo, but the first El Clasico in a while without Ronaldo and Messi. Although, now that I say that, Ronaldo might have been injured in one of the El Clasicos in the middle. But
I feel like he might have been recently, but yeah. I think 2007 was the last year that Messi was missed a Clasico.
So a Clasico without Ronaldo and Messi, that's, Luis Suarez versus Gareth Bale. Doesn't have the same sort of ring to it, does it?
Yeah, they're still both. You'd be hard pressed to find a matchup like that anywhere else in the world, right?
Well, I guess that's true, but it's Messi is one of the reasons why you want to watch Barcelona. But that was the biggest story from this match. But I think what my initial thoughts about what happened on the pitch was, how the scoreline doesn't necessarily reflect the play of both teams, because outside of the goals, it seemed not necessarily even, but Barcelona, it didn't seem like Barcelona should have been up 3-0. And the difference, for me, was the quality of player in Barcelona's defense and the finishing ability of Barcelona's attackers as opposed to Sevilla's. Coming into this match, Sevilla was, what were they in the table? They were second?
I think they were second.
So I think they were second, and Alaves was first, and Barcelona was just behind them. It was obviously a huge match with title implications and potentially Champions League implications for Sevilla. But at the end of the day, Barcelona, they just have better players. And I know that seems like, not great analysis, but I genuinely think that was the difference in this match.
Yeah, just the fact that in the final third, all you need is a couple touches from Barcelona, and suddenly, they're in positions where they can just easily hit shots outside the box or just have curling shots. And
how often did it look like Sarabia or Banega or one of the midfielders have a pass on and Piqué or Lenglet were there to cut it out?
Absolutely.
They're just, they're a great team. But Sevilla, like I said, what do you think? How do you think Sevilla played? Because I thought they played pretty well.
I thought they played pretty well. I think that at times their attack got a little bit too predictable. I think it was definitely on Jesus Navas' side more than Arana's. I mean, Arana did have a couple chances at the beginning. I know he had the big post hit in the first 10 minutes, but I think for long stretches of the game, it just became this Jesus Navas crossing game, and they would either go out for a corner or just be easily taken care of by the center backs, as you mentioned. So,
well,
but I mean,
that's true. They kept on going down the right, but it kind of felt like their best chances came on the left when the attack did come on the left, and I think they weren't able to really punish Semedo for being out of position as much as he was. But and the other thing was that I noticed was Gomez. I can't remember his first name. The defender, the center back, Sergio Gomez, was stepping into the midfield a lot on that left side and almost acting as a defensive midfielder or marking Suarez whenever he dropped into the midfield. So I thought that was another interesting tactical tidbit from this match. But also, what I was going to say, I want to get your opinion on. Is it Vaslich? Because I was not impressed with him.
No. Yeah, I was not impressed with him either. I thought definitely Ter Stegen was the better of the two keepers. He had
oh my god, yeah, right. Ter Stegen was awesome. Which we'll talk about him a little bit later. But Vaslich, this is his first year at Sevilla from Basel, or I guess that's pronounced Ball. They were talking about that on the Total Soccer Show like last year. So I don't know, but I'm going to call it Basel for everyone's sake. So you know who I'm talking about. But that was he did, maybe he's still adjusting to the level of competition. But who was their goalkeeper last year? Do you know?
I don't
because
remember.
I feel like they had. I don't know. Well, you can look that up. I hear you typing away there. But yeah, I was just not impressed.
Oh, Sergio Rico.
Right? Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, maybe I haven't watched any of Sevilla this season, so maybe it was just a one-off thing. But yeah, I was not impressed with him.
He's on loan at Fulham. Right now.
It didn't seem like he had a good command of the box. He looked iffy on some crosses, and obviously they gave up 4 goals. Not all of them his fault, but or really any of them. But it was. He was just, I don't know.
He just didn't really deal well with saves that could have been taken care of, and
he looked out of his depth.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So why don't we talk about the first goal, because I think this kind of set the tone a little bit. In the 3rd minute, Coutinho scored. Semedo had a great run starting down the right-hand side of the field. He feeds in Suarez, who finds Messi. Messi plays a nice ball, splitting 2 defenders. He finds Coutinho, finds the back of the net with a one-time strike, just takes a few passes with his Barcelona attack, and it was a great finish.
I don't think that's doing that finish justice. It was a perfect finish.
I don't think it was the best finish in this game, though, or one of them.
Okay, I mean, maybe based on he could. It didn't have to be that good for it to go in, but I don't know. I thought that was one time. Yeah. Oh, that's a one-time finish. I thought that was pretty impressive. But I mean, Messi, while he was on the field, what struck me was, I don't know how it always strikes me, but what does is his passing ability. And how he's always able to create those chances for the other players on the field for Barcelona. And honestly, not to get into the whole debate right now, but that's what I think, for me, separates him from other players in the world, is his ability to create chances and also to score goals, along with his ability to score goals, as we saw on the second goal there.
Yeah, and his second goal came in the 12th minute. Sevilla couldn't get possession. I think it was off a goal kick. They just lose the ball, and Suarez just plays a really nice one-touch pass to Messi, who beats Sergio Gomez, and then curls it into the corner. And suddenly it's 2-0, and it's like, but why? I mean, Sevilla could have a goal by now. It just, as you said, the scoreline didn't look right. But yeah, I mean, Suarez with a really nice pass there to lead Messi.
Yeah, well, it started with Lenglet kicking it upfield, and it was actually won by Sevilla, but I think it was Jesus Navas who kicked it backwards into Suarez's path. So that goal really shouldn't have happened, and it was a mistake by Sevilla. And yeah, like you said, a great one-time pass by Luis Suarez, and then Messi. I mean, yeah, that was probably the best finish of the match, unless you think there was another one that was even better. But I mean, that looked like 20-year-old Messi there.
I think my favorite finish in this game was actually the last goal scored, Muriel's one-touch finish outside the box.
Okay.
But because Coutinho's one-touch finish was in the box, and then I don't know, Messi's is just like, maybe I'm just kind of colorblind or goal blind to that. But I was really, and Muriel, he just didn't like 5 minutes coming on, so I don't know. We'll talk about that one later. But yeah, I mean, Suarez with the pass, and I don't know if you noticed this, but I feel like once Messi came off, Suarez kind of in some ways acted as more of a Messi type figure, you know, taking the ball in from a deeper position, starting attacks. His passing ability, I feel like, is very underrated.
Luis Suarez, I mean,
yeah,
you know, he sort of gets overshadowed because he is playing on a team with Messi, and he was playing on a team with Neymar, and he's probably, you know, not as big of a name as those guys. But you're right, everyone always talks about his ability to play on the shoulder of the defenders and to time his runs perfectly. But yeah, his passing is really, really good. You know, he does that driven ball really well, like you saw on the second goal there. But like I said, this is a goal that could have been avoided by Sevilla. It was just a terrible giveaway backwards. Like I said, I think it was Navas, but it might have been someone else. Who was playing on the right side of midfield there? Sarabia. Well, no, I'm in the midfield. It might have been Sarabia, actually. So,
Gotcha.
Either way, it was pretty bad. I don't know if you remember that, but that's how that goal started. And then
Right.
You know, Messi was right in between. And the reason the left wing back Arana was forward because Sevilla had the ball. But then, you know, Suarez was able to split Sarabia and Sergi Gomez there with, like you said, a brilliant pass. I mean, you know, it's so easy to not watch Barcelona and be like, oh, yeah, they're Barcelona, they're great. But when you watch them play, this was just a masterclass by them. You just remember why all these players are there. I mean, and something that really impressed me was their central midfield, and it seemed like they've been looking for a long time to find that replacement for Xavi and Iniesta. Iniesta was there, but I think they found a player in Arthur. I really like him, and this was my first time watching him play for Barcelona, and he was really impressive to me. His passes, his ability on the ball, I think he relieves a lot of pressure for Sergio Busquets and Rakitic, who, like always, were fantastic in this match. So I expect him to be a fixture in that Barcelona midfield for the next 10 years, Arthur.
Yeah, he was definitely impressive. And I think it's interesting that, you know, you bring up this, you watch Barcelona play and you're just amazed every time. And it's interesting because it's not like a coach's philosophy necessarily. Like, they've gone through multiple coaches during Messi's tenure, but like, it seems like every player is like in each other's head, and every touch just seems so calculated, and everyone knows where each other's are. I don't know. I feel like you almost have to give credit to guys like Xavi, Iniesta, and Messi for like instituting that like improvised chemistry that you can't teach.
No, I mean, and that's true. They you know, it's hard for us to know from the outside how they're able to capture that magic, but you have to think it's those players that you mentioned. And then, you know, right now, players like Busquets, Suarez, Messi, Piqué, continuing that and pushing it forward.
Right.
And
honestly,
the biggest indication of that was how well Barcelona played when Messi wasn't there. And, you know, it seems like Barcelona takes these really good players and just makes them great. Players like Rakitic, Coutinho. Even I was really impressed with Dembele today when he came on for Messi. That was, I know he hasn't been that great.
I actually was. Yeah. I thought that Dembele fits that identity the least. Like, I thought out of any player on the pitch, like, sure, he was impressive in some one-on-one situations, but it doesn't look like he's that type of player.
No, and I would agree with that, but I'm just saying, I thought he looked like he was good enough to be on the pitch.
Of course, yeah.
That hasn't necessarily been there for him in the past year. So
I thought it was crazy for those moments when it seemed like Messi was going to come back on. It was kind of like a 5-minute ordeal where it was like, is Messi going to stay off the pitch?
Sevilla could not take advantage in that window. It was kind of like a power play in hockey, but they weren't able to take advantage of it.
Right.
But something that you said that I didn't really respond to that I think is really important, and I want to highlight it, which is a really good point, is that when Messi went off the field, they didn't skip a beat. Suarez became that guy, and they played around him. And the way they were able to adjust their style, and the way they played so quickly was really impressive.
Yeah, absolutely. They had a fair share of chances between Coutinho, Suarez, and Dembele, and that in the rest of that first half. But the next big moment that happened was in that second half, and actually, it might not be what you're thinking of if you just watch the highlights, because I rewatched the highlights after I watched the game, and they didn't cover this key moment. They could have definitely shifted the entire momentum of the game. As I said, Jesus Navas got a lot of crossing opportunities, and he had one in the 57th minute, and it looked like it struck Jordi Alba, Barcelona's left back, hand in an unnatural position, but there was no VAR consulted, there was no penalty called, and the game continued, and Suarez got a goal just a minute later. But what did you think about that?
Oh, I thought that was a clear penalty, and it was baffling to me that they didn't go to VAR there when they easily could have, and I would understand if Sevilla and their fans feel aggrieved, but yeah, I would encourage everyone to go look at it and make a decision yourself. But to me, that was a penalty. And then before we move forward, did we talk about Sevilla almost scoring in like the 5th minute?
Arana's post hit? Yeah, I did.
Yeah, okay, you mentioned it, but I probably just wanted to talk about Coutinho's goal. But yeah, that was another huge moment in the match. If that goes in, it's 1-1, and who knows from there. And it felt like there was, we can talk about it afterwards, but it felt like once Coutinho scored in the 3rd minute, Sevilla couldn't implement or execute their game plan, because the way they wanted to play was probably not to be down 1-0 and they probably did not want to be pushing for that goal so early in the match.
Right.
But I think that was clear on the second goal how far up they were, and the space that was there. But yeah, I don't understand how do they decide whether to go to VAR or not?
Yeah, and I knew exactly where you're going with that, so I just started laughing when you said the interrogatives.
Yeah.
But
I just don't get it.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely the situation in which you have to go to VAR, and I feel so bad because Suarez's goal. I said it was a minute later. It was 6 minutes later. My bad. But Suarez's goal literally was the same type of goal that Sevilla should have scored. In the 63rd minute, Suarez beats Carrasco, the Sevilla center back, off the dribble on a counterattack, and he's finally one-on-one with Vasilic, and he just touches it forward, and Vasilic dives at him, but only gets his feet, and Suarez takes a really nice penalty to make it 3-0. But, that was a clear penalty too, but it's just you wonder what would happen if Sevilla made it 2-1 there.
Right. And that was the story of this match, all these what-if moments for Sevilla, and like I said, I think that's the difference between a great team and a good team, the ability to finish those chances. And you touched on it, but Suarez's touch to take him beyond the center back was absolutely sublime. I mean, there's no way to describe it other than to say he literally glided past him. I mean, the amount of control these players have is ridiculous, and I don't know, it's just at another level. It really is at another level. The other match we watched that we're going to talk about later is Inter versus Milan, and those are two great teams. But you don't see it doesn't look as easy. It just looks so easy.
No.
It just looks so easy for Barcelona and Luis Suarez. A great penalty
and it's like
kick.
it's not like and teams like even in England like Manchester City, Chelsea, and Liverpool, they're playing great football right now, but this is something it goes beyond athleticism and pace and like
Right.
You know what I mean? It's just it's hard. I don't think any team really replicates that style of play.
No, and not at all. And it's just it's hard to understand how Barcelona dropped points in La Liga.
Hopefully we can catch one of those moments this season. But
Well, so that's what I don't understand. Like, they can't play like this all the time. Well, and you can see why. Because Sevilla, I know I'm tooting Barcelona's horn to say it mildly, but Sevilla did have their chances, and it did end up being only 4-2. They only ended up winning by 2 goals. So you can see that there's a little bit of there are a few problems for Barcelona that could be exploited, but their attacking play is just, man. I mean, it's so wonderful to watch, and like I said, it obviously, right, it's Barcelona, but
right,
watching them is just such a I don't know, a privilege, I guess. That sounds so lame.
I think it's
that sounds
really
so lame.
worthwhile.
But
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, I think it's really worthwhile to just honestly just like watch the highlights every week of Barcelona's wins, because like it's like even those moments that you see like just in the highlights, like those are sublime.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's wrap up these goals and then talk a little bit more, and then we'll have to move on to the next game. But in the 79th minute, Sevilla finally answered back. Pablo Sarabia had a shot outside the box, big deflection off Clement Lenglet.
Oh my
I'm sorry,
God.
I really tried to do that. And Ter Stegen can't do much about that shot because it was literally so unpredictable, the trajectory. So lucky goal there for Sarabia, but deserved.
I believe it's Clement Lenglet, but I could be wrong.
I tried way too hard. I was trying to say that.
Yeah, okay, I think that.
Clement Lenglet.
Okay, that was not bad.
I watched an interview to study up on the pronunciation of his name, and just because I know.
Let's just go with Clement. Let's just go with Clement Lenglet.
Lenglet.
Clement Lenglet. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else for me to really say. I mean, it was a deflected goal.
Unfortunate,
Yeah.
but also,
Yeah.
Also, you can't. So you don't feel bad for Barcelona, but
I mean, I never feel bad for Barcelona.
certainly not last year when Roma came back.
All right. You didn't even watch that game, so don't even.
Okay, dude, I was at tennis match.
Okay, all right.
Which is better than a middle school soccer game, which is why I missed
2-0.
U.S. qualifying. For the 2014 World Cup.
That you'll never live down.
It's true. In the 86th minute, I think this was actually the second of Ter Stegen's double saves, but I wanted to talk about this one.
It was the second, yeah.
So Pablo Sarabia gets a shot stopped from Ter Stegen, and Ter Stegen already was leaning to the right, but he had to shift his momentum to dive to the left, and then, or not dive, but like lean to the left, and then that deflected shot went to Ben Yedder, and then Ter Stegen does it again and has to dive for that one, and just a brilliant double save. Wow, Ter Stegen really really impressive.
I mean,
honestly.
the first save was almost more impressive to me than the second save. Like you said, his momentum was shifting the other way, and he just gets one of his big palms on it. And then this guy is incredible, and it's such a shame that he is overshadowed by Manuel Neuer, because he should absolutely be in the conversation for best goalkeeper in the world, and he should be, in the conversation for as a starting place on the German national team, in my opinion. So,
I honestly, it's like really hard for me to rank goalkeepers.
No, it is
know.
difficult.
There's so many good ones nowadays.
Difficult. And the things that Manuel Neuer does off the ball are impossible to replicate. So, which True. That's crazy to even say about a goalkeeper what they do off the ball, but he does it.
I know. I mean, honestly, I think Alisson, if he continues to develop, he could get like that. He's crazy.
Yeah, Alisson is kind of like that. Do you remember the first time you ever watched Marc-Andre ter Stegen play?
Am I supposed to remember this?
Yeah.
Was it that one U.S. friendly where we beat them 4-3?
Where he scored where he scored an own goal. And you were like, "Oh, that goalkeeper's terrible. It doesn't matter." Yes, you did.
Okay,
no. I'm not making up stuff because you were like, "Oh, this is a Germany C team," and I was like, "No, ter Stegen's really good." So.
Okay, but it was a Germany B C team.
Yeah, it was. But I mean, whatever. Those were the glory days.
The glory days when, I mean, Dempsey did score a wonder goal in that game.
That's when watching the U.S. was fun.
I mean, I agree. It's going to get fun soon.
Okay, yeah. Let's not talk about the U.S. They're too depressing.
Yeah, please. In the 88th minute, Rakitic, wonderful volley. Doesn't celebrate. Used to play at Sevilla, Really
I don't really understand that. But whatever.
Why not? I mean, what? Okay. Really? You don't understand that?
Well, I'm not saying he should be kissing the badge, but it was an important goal.
Okay, I think the way in which soccer players go about not celebrating.
If you cared that much, why'd you leave? As if not celebrating makes up for it. I mean, please. They put their hands up and they look down.
No, see, that seems more extra than just walking, picking up the ball from the net and then walking back to
Why do you need to pick up the ball from the net? Who does that? What soccer? The goalkeeper's supposed to do that.
No, yeah, but you know how when you're in a hurry to get another goal, you go and get the ball. So I'm saying just something simple like that. You don't need to go crazy, but I agree with you in that that it just feels it feels like such a show.
When did he play for Sevilla? How long has it been now? 3 years? 4 years?
Yeah, I think he played there during the last World Cup, so probably
also isn't that kind of you play for your new team and for your new teammates? Celebrate with them, celebrate for your fans. God.
Okay. Anyway, so it's 4-1 at that point. In the 91st minute, first minute of additional time, Luis Muriel has a wonderful one-time
FIFA Ultimate Team legend.
Ball to
Luis Muriel.
Ben Yedder.
No, well, both of them.
Oh. Yeah, both of them, right? Ben Yedder had pretty good stats too. Ter Stegen, he's been great. He was great all game, but he could not stop that shot or the deflected shot. So he kind of had a perfect game. But yeah, what did you think of that Muriel?
Well,
finish?
It's your favorite finish, so why don't you talk about it? I thought the pass was really good. The initial pass for the hockey assist. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, Ben Yedder square ball.
No, I mean that. Yeah.
Impressive, but yeah. So that game ended 4-2.
We're not going to talk about the goal anymore. Is that
moves to? Well, I mean, okay. I said it was a one-time finish. It was curling into the top right corner past Ter Stegen. There's not much you can do about it. I mean, what else can I say about it?
Sure. I mean, well, you were talking about how we're going to talk about it later, and how it's your favorite.
I can talk about a celebration. We've been doing a lot of that.
Okay, all right. No, you're right though. That was a pretty good finish. I just don't understand why you think it's better than Coutinho's.
Well, actually, Rakitic's was the best.
Well, okay, yes, sure.
Yeah, okay. I don't know why that wasn't the best, but maybe the celebration takes it down a few notches. But
yeah,
that was the best finish.
Sorry, my friend is currently texting me about girl problems, so I'm gonna ignore that right now. But just breaking the third wall or second wall.
Yeah, I was gonna say the name and then maybe picture that in post editing or editing that you would bleep it out. I was gonna say is it someone, and then you could like bleep it out in editing. But you probably don't want to do that.
I'll give you a hint. Number 2. Do you know? Do you know who it is?
Yeah,
See,
yeah. I was going to ask that.
That's how in sync we are, you know.
We have that green link on Ultimate Team.
Yeah, no, not even just a green link, a hyperlink.
Hyperlink. 10 chemistry both ways. Okay, so that win places Barcelona in first place, 1 point ahead of Alaves, and then 4 points ahead of Real Madrid at fifth place. And they will be playing an El Clasico next weekend. But first, they have to play Inter on Wednesday, and that's going to be a big game too, and not an easy game. But overall, I guess I wanted to say one more thing that I thought of.
Wow, so you wasted that perfect transition. But okay, talk about it.
Well, oh shit! Oh damn! I thought maybe the transition you were talking about was to talking about the Champions League. No, but we're literally talking about the club.
Yeah, okay. But what were you gonna say? What are your final thoughts?
I think that honestly, okay, you could say that like Sevilla played a really good game and got the ball into the final third a lot, but Barcelona was pressing significantly more than Sevilla was, and I don't think it was very hard for Sevilla to get to the final third.
Yeah.
And Barcelona did everything they needed to do defensively. So can you really say that like Barcelona didn't deserve to win or
No. That's not what I was saying. I just, Sevilla, I thought played better than the scoreline indicated, and it would be a match that I would really be interested in rewatching. But unfortunately, it's on beIN, and I don't, I would probably have to wait a couple of days to find a full replay somewhere online. But yeah, I it was interesting. Something else we didn't touch on that I wanted to mention was Ever Banega's positioning and his role within this team. Because it seems weird to me that he was the one dropping and picking up the ball from the center backs a lot. But I mean, I guess that's a thing they do. So I've always viewed him as more of like a number 10. Am I wrong? Isn't that what he played for Inter?
Well, I mean, I'll just look at his.
Okay, well that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, I mean, I definitely think that he could have like thrived in the number 10 role today. I mean, Sarabia was okay. I mean, he was pretty good, but I think Banega just became kind of invisible because he's not a deep lying playmaker. He's more of a playmaker to me. So, or just a standard attacking playmaker. So, I agree with you there.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see more from him. But I don't think this was really a game that, like, the midfield was, like, more obsolete in this game than many games that you'll watch.
Well, but I felt like that's because Barcelona's midfield shut down Sevilla's.
That's fair. Yeah.
And, I mean, I don't know. Barcelona's midfield is always... I mean, Sergio Busquets is like my favorite player in the world. I absolutely love watching him play. And he had an amazing touch today to take him past the defender and distributed it. Oh, man, I love it. He makes pointless sideways passes sexy to me.
I don't understand why you don't like watching Edin Dzeko.
Why?
Like, he's the most exciting striker in the world.
All right. Well, and like you mentioned, the top of La Liga table is very, very congested. I mean, only 3 points between first and sixth place. So that'll be interesting. Speaking of congested tables, Serie A is also very congested at the top. And we watched Inter Milan versus AC Milan. So let's talk about that.
Wow, you said Inter Milan.
Okay,
what a foreigner.
if I say Inter or Internazionale, that could be what's it called? The team in Brazil. So, who knows?
That's true.
And you see, that was a transition. You're the host. You're the host. You're the host of this show, man. What are you doing?
It sounds like you can do this by yourself.
No, never again.
You did. I think you only did one podcast by yourself. I think it was the Leicester City wins the league one.
Yeah, I think I did another one too. But
okay, yeah, But anyways, yes, the Derby di Milano. Obviously a very heated rivalry in one of the best stadiums in the world, San Siro. Inter versus Milan. Inter was
one of the best stadiums in the world.
Yeah, San Siro's awesome. You know what
No,
I mean?
I've never heard that before about San Siro.
I mean, it's 80,000 seats. I mean, I think it's bigger than Juventus Stadium. I think it's bigger than the Olimpico. It's the biggest.
No,
stadium
I
in
guess
Italy.
you're right. I'll give you that.
And two big money, big teams playing.
I mean,
So,
neither
don't know.
team has been relevant for a while, but it's changing.
Yes, it is changing, and I mean you can see it just by looking at the talent on the field in this game. I mean, I know that having both these teams have had bad results this year. Both of these teams have had trouble playing together, but I think both of these teams just have had good windows. I mean, you look at the starting lineups for these teams, and not only do they pick some great players out of Italy, but also from other top European leagues, and a lot of talent on display.
Well, I mean, just looking at the lineups, I personally feel like Inter's is much more impressive, but
I would agree.
AC Milan have Higuain, which is probably the best player on the field. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, but partly because of how long his success has been plays into that. I think you could argue that Icardi has been just as complete of a player in the past 2 to 3 seasons.
That's fair.
But Higuain's been doing it for.
Well, I think what was evident today was how little support Higuain had.
Yes, that's true. That's true. I think because this Milan team is just I think I'm confident in a lot of these players, but just together, I didn't see much.
Well, I mean, honestly, I disagree. I think, I mean, I don't know. I don't think their team is really that impressive at all. I don't think their midfield is that great. Biglia and Bonaventura are kind of meh to me. Kessié is a nice young player, but he has a lot of polishing that needs to be done.
Yeah, but I mean, you saw Çalhanoğlu at Leverkusen.
Well, that's what I was going to get to next. Çalhanoğlu is the other player who I am a big fan of, but I mean, he missed an entire year, right? Or 6 months or something because he was banned.
Yeah.
And Suso, I mean, what are we doing here? Am I missing something? I just don't see it with Suso. To me, he looks like a poor man's De La Feu.
No, I hate Suso, actually. He's the worst. He was the worst player on the field by far. I thought he was the reason, one of the big reasons that Milan couldn't do anything in the
Yeah, I will say Milan's back four and goalkeeper are impressive. Although Donnarumma did not have he looked shaky at times today.
Yeah. Donnarumma, we know the talent he has, but I think I saw a tweet by Matteo Benetti today.
That's a good follow, by the way.
Yeah, analyst for actually he does ESPN Plus games now, for Serie A, but I think he's still on BN2. He said Donnarumma might be the only player in history to have peaked at 17, which is an interesting take. I think he's 19 now.
Well, I mean, clearly Matteo Benetti has never heard of Freddie Adu.
I mean, yeah, I suppose that's true. Or Julian Green.
Yeah, no, that's we expected Donnarumma to have at this point have a clear hold on Italy's number one. I don't even know if that's the case right now. He did not look like he was in command, and he made some pretty questionable. Some of his saves were not that great. He didn't clear it that well. Sometimes he just pushed it or punched it into the middle of the pitch. So yeah, not impressed with him. But going back to the back four, I mean Romagnoli, man, how did you guys let go of him? He played for Roma, right?
Is that a real question?
I just want to.
Do you actually not know the answer?
I just want to, I'm just.
I don't. Okay, I don't.
I know.
You know what? I think I might have been. You're right. I kind of was overstating the talent of Milan's lineup.
Well, yeah, I want to talk about Romagnoli.
No, I don't think Romagnoli or Mustachio are as good as De Vrij or Skriniar.
Okay, well, Skriniar is like the best center back in the world right now. I know that's a hot take, but I honestly believe that.
He made a couple mistakes.
He did.
Yeah.
But he's going to be awesome. De Vrij is good, but Romagnoli I thought was really good today. Musacchio, I'm not, But I was really impressed with Calabria. And I think he's going to be a really good player, in my opinion. He's only 21 years old, a right back, which has been a problem for Italy in the past. And I don't know, if Roma could get him, I would. I know they probably can't, but...
Yeah, guess who we were looking at on Milan's 11 over the summer?
Calabria?
No. Sousa.
Oh, God. The left-footed Diego Perotti.
Okay, no. Don't even... Diego Perotti's a better player than Sousa.
All right,
okay.
all right.
So, yeah, this game ended 1-0 Inter. Amaro Icardi scored a goal at the dying moments. I'm just gonna talk about that goal right now. So, Vrsaljko passes down the line to Kandreva, the substitute who had come on earlier. Kandreva has a couple neat touches. He gets it to Vecino, who delivers a brilliant cross to the run of Mauro Icardi. Icardi originally is making the run near the post, but switches it to adapt to Vecino's cross to go far post, which makes Mustachio get all kind of confused and slip.
Did you just say Mustachio?
No.
I'm gonna go back and listen to that, but okay, sorry, continue.
And Donnarumma also misjudges it, thinks he can come out and block it, but really just leaves the net exposed, and Icardi kind of has an open net.
Yeah, he does. I mean, it was a really good finish. Donnarumma, like you said, misjudges the ball completely, actually. He definitely could have been in better position, and Icardi just finishes it. And, Icardi had a goal disallowed, and he had a couple of other chances. He hit the post, too, in the 34th minute, I believe. So he had a couple of chances, and he was finally able to get it in the net. And you have...
I do think, though, in general, these strikers, they didn't seem as involved in the game as you might have thought going in. Icardi and Higuain.
Yeah, and the difference was that for Inter, they actually had players involved getting it forward, whereas Milan, it felt like there was a big gulf between their midfield and their attack. At least in my opinion. But for Inter, you had Brozovic sort of distributing from the back, who was really impressive. You had Nainggolan playing almost as a second striker, which, Spalletti has obviously done with him in the past at Roma, and he loves playing him there.
Right. He was forced out early on due to injuries.
Yes, that's true.
So Borja Valero,
there was a big drop-off there. Borja Valero could not play he is bald as well, but he could not play the position as well as Nainggolan. He doesn't press. He doesn't press as well. He's more of a I don't know. To me, he's one of those players who's really good at passing, but he's not aggressive. And I think it showed when Nainggolan went off with looked like an unrelated injury to the bad tackle that Biglia made on him.
Well, yeah, actually, what made him go back to that was another tackle that Biglia
Oh,
made.
that's right, yeah.
So I don't know. That first one earned Biglia a yellow card.
It did,
actually. Yeah. And then that second one, it didn't seem dirty at all. I don't even think.
No,
it was a foul
there wasn't.
call.
It wasn't a foul.
But
and stud marks in his own leg. That was pretty brutal for Biglia.
Yeah. Nainggolan, even if he's not making the tackle, someone's getting hurt.
The Vantes Perfect of soccer. No, that's not true.
He has broken a few legs.
Has he? Has he actually broken legs?
I forgot. You guys can go look it up if you're interested. But
you're right. I remember that.
Bologna,
yes.
I think we were playing against them one time, it was either them or Cagliari, and okay, yeah, I have a history of confusing those two clubs, so that's when you all started laughing. But we didn't even talk about Messi's injury.
Yeah, we did.
Actually.
Well, we did.
I mean, we did talk about it, but we didn't talk about like what it looks like.
I mean,
And
we're not.
did you think it looked gruesome? Because I couldn't even tell.
Well, his arm kind of went the wrong way, but I mean, we're not doctors.
I thought-
maybe we should bring our dad on once and break down injuries. That would actually be really funny if we should do that.
Yeah, I feel like in the internet community, like just bringing your mom or dad onto something is always just like a popularity boost in and of itself. I mean, you look at your KSIs, you look at your Kev Jumbas.
I knew you were gonna bring up Kev Jumba. No, but yeah, let's get back to the match. Let's get back to the match. I mean, Inter were the better team and deserved to win. They had more chances. Like I said, there was kind of a gulf between the midfield and the attack for Milan. But I thought Kessié did a really good job of getting forward. He was sort of all over the place. He was on the wing. Or
I thought
he was
Kessié. Yeah, he was on the wing sometimes. I thought he and Bonaventura did a good job of kind of clogging up the wings.
Yeah.
So that Politano and Perisic really didn't have much room to do anything.
And Perisic was pretty shut down in this match, but Politano had some nice moves on the right side there. And he switched to the left for a little while, I think, in the first half. But I was really impressed with Politano. But, even Perisic, there was just a lot of missed chances for Inter Milan. Like I said, Icardi hit the post. Vecino, a beautiful ball by Perisic in the first half. Vecino just skied it. I don't know if you remember that. So they were clearly the better team, and I'm glad they ended up winning.
I want to say actually one more thing about the goal and go back to it. I thought Gattuso made a questionable substitution late in the game when he took off Kessié for Bakayoko. And Bakayoko actually, he got a yellow card and had a foul that led to the free kick that led to that goal. Which, I know it was like a separate passage of play entirely that like went up the whole field. But in general, I thought Kessié was doing a lot, and he was not the midfielder that should have been taken off. If any of them, really, because Bakayoko didn't do much of anything.
Well, Bakayoko only had really 6 minutes to do anything. But
6 plus.
Yeah.
6, 9.
No, you're right. Who else? I guess you could have taken off the other ones, but yeah, I guess you're right. Kessié was the one who looked like, at that point in the match it was 0-0, and Milan probably would have been content with a draw. So Bakayoko is a little bit more of a defensive player, and you basically are playing with 2 defensive midfielders and Bonaventura at that point. But Patrick Cutrone had some chances too, but playing out of position out wide, which was not his most effective spot. But when you have Gonzalo Higuain, you're gonna have to do that.
Right. He came on for Çalhanoğlu. I thought those wingers who played the bulk of the match, Çalhanoğlu and Suso, were just very selfish in the final third. I thought there were just a lot of outside of the box shots, and when you have Higuain, try to play him in. He doesn't need that many touches to get a shot off.
Unless it's an important cup match, then he's probably not going to finish. Sorry, I don't know.
That's true. Particularly from the spot, too.
Yeah. Who's your man of the match?
Interesting question.
For me, I thought Brozovic. I thought he did a really good job defensively, but his distribution was also excellent, and he was always looking forward.
Yeah, he was definitely a top 2 Croatian on Inter.
Right.
I thought Vrsaljko was pretty damn good up the right-hand side. He didn't do... and he did a good job to get back to and guard that same side that Çalhanoğlu was on. But, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to say that because he didn't... I don't know. I think either Brozovic or maybe Vecino, because he did have that game-winning cross, and he seemed pretty...
Vecino made too many... For me, he had that skied, and then he had the touch that put Icardi offside, which, who knows? Maybe he had to. Two disallowed, or I guess they weren't disallowed, but 2 times the ball ended up at the back of the net, and there was no goal given.
Right.
But yeah, I think also De Vrij was really good today. So
Yeah, both of those goals actually were interesting because they were both crosses that like had minor flicks.
Yeah.
And that was what made them offside. Like both the initial runs. I think the one for Milan though was the flick was definitely more consequential. Like Vecino's flick, yeah, like you're right. Like that didn't necessarily.
Yeah, but you know, honestly, it magged the defender, the ball. So I mean, who knows where that ball would have went if he didn't get that touch on it. That little touch. Right. So it's impossible to know. Either way, Inter won. So anything else to say about this match? Wish you had Spalletti back.
Yeah. No. Totti for life.
All right.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like your Brozovic pick, honestly. Like, if I wasn't just trying to be argumentative, I probably would pick Brozovic too. I thought, like, not only did he play, like, some really good balls into the box and was held down the midfield, but also he stopped some counterattacks. I remember Kessié twice on the counterattack was making runs, and Brozovic just made some great sliding challenges to stop Milan's counters. So, yeah, you're right. Inter, I think, dominated this game. Or, I mean, maybe not dominated, but they outplayed Milan, and they deserved to win. And it was sloppy at times, very physical, lots of yellow cards, but Milan, Inter's got to feel good about that one. And Milan, still, they're in that bottom half right now. They still have a game in hand after that game against Genoa that was postponed after week 1 of the season. That's going to be played this week on Wednesday, actually, so they have a chance to get back in that top half, leave teams like Roma, and finally play the same amount of games as everyone else. But Inter, 5 wins in a row for them. You got to feel good if you're an Inter fan.
Absolutely. And their next match is against Barcelona in the Champions League. So let's talk about that because we're 50 minutes in and it's 12:30 on a Monday morning. And I have work tomorrow.
It's 11:30 on
Sunday night.
Sunday night for me.
I got work tomorrow morning, so let's
Well, you're the one who, said you wanted to start recording 2 hours ago, and then that never happened.
I was playing Fortnite, okay?
Yeah. So, we are going to preview the Champions League in a fun way. Thank you, Mario, for DMing us on Twitter and giving us this idea. Well, not exactly this idea, but he wanted to have us make picks for the Champions League, and that's exactly what we're going to do, but kind of in a different way. Nihal, do you want to explain how this works?
So basically, we are going to pick 2 matches every week, or every Champions League match day, at least for the group stage. They'll probably go down to 1. And we are going to pick which matches we have in the bag. So it has to be, so one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday, we'll pick this week. And whoever at the end of the Champions League has the most points will receive a jersey from the other person, the other brother.
That is true.
I feel like I didn't explain it that greatly, but you'll see. So we want to make it exciting, and we want to choose interesting matches. So we're going to try to stay away from, like, Real Madrid versus Plzen. That's in the bag. Like, that's, whatever.
It's Pilsen.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. It's Pilsen. So, yeah. Also, we came up with an interesting name for this. You should mention.
Italian legend Roberto Baggio recorded 9 Champions League appearances and had 4 goals. So what better to name this segment than it's in the Baggio.
Cue the music.
Yes. So Nihal, and I don't know if Nihal mentioned this, but we're gonna have 1 match from Tuesday and 1 match from Wednesday. We're gonna have a match in the Baggio for a certain team. Nihal, who is in your Baggio for Tuesday's match?
Can you go first?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I'll let you go first.
Okay, so the first Baggio I have is Juventus going to Old Trafford to visit Jose Mourinho's men. Juventus, I know they drew over this past weekend, but they've been near perfect this season, and United's kind of in shambles. Juventus just a better team, and I think they can go to the road and get the job done.
Oh, looks like we have a little Baggio versus Maggio here because I am putting Man United in the Baggio. I think Man United. Oh wait, yeah.
Wait, in no production meeting. I don't think that's what
No,
you
that's
said.
not what I said, because I thought when I said I wanted to put Man United in the bag, you said, oh, I'm going to do that. So, but you did it, so
You want to put Man United in the bag.
I'm putting Man United in the Baggio.
That's FC balls.
Yeah, it is.
But you couldn't do it. That was clever. I don't know why there's no reaction.
All right. Man United, a disappointing loss this weekend against Chelsea. Ross Barkley with that 96-minute equalizer. Also, Ross Barkley having a quietly great season, by the way, for Chelsea and England. But I don't know. There's something about this match at Old Trafford. I think this is going to be Jose Mourinho's last hurrah with Man United. He's going to get a victory, so I'm putting it in the Baggio. Baggio versus Maggio. I like it to start it off.
All right, going on to Wednesday the 24th, I am going to pick Napoli, who go to Paris to visit PSG at 2 p.m. I am going to pick Ancelotti's men. I know PSG literally have not lost a game in the league or drawn a game. They've picked up every single point. I think it's been I think it's been 11 matches or something. And wait, no, that can't be right. Okay, whatever. But I think Napoli, they need to get points after drawing to Red Star Belgrade. I think at the first match day. They need this. They need to either draw or win. And honestly, that fact that PSG has been perfect, I know they lost to Liverpool, but in the Champions League, but the fact that they've been mostly perfect scares me a little bit. I think they might be a little bit overconfident. I think they might forget what it's like to play strong opposition like this. So I think Napoli are going to get a win, and Ancelotti's men are going to come out with a 2-1 win. But that's regardless, Napoli. You've got it in the body.
So you think Napoli and Liverpool are going to get out of this group then?
I didn't say that.
Okay, all right. I mean,
Napoli and PSG play each other one more time.
But this is in Paris. Interesting. That's another very ballsy pick. I'll give you that.
FC.
Okay. You didn't even want to. Okay.
What?
All right. I mean, you're also a bit of a Serie A homer, but I'm going with Serie A as well. I am putting Inter Milan in the Baggio. I mean, it is named after Baggio, so, we got to go with the Serie A teams. 3 Serie A teams in the Baggio, by the way, out of 4. Going to the Camp Nou against the Messi-less Barcelona before El Clasico. I think maybe Barcelona might be looking ahead to El Clasico, and Inter Milan's going to snag 3 points on the road. 9-goal and hat trick, not going to happen, but I think he'll score a goal.
Yeah.
Luciano Spalletti's men.
Well, will 9-goal play in that game?
That's true. He could be too injured. But Spalletti's men are going to go to the Camp Nou and get a victory. It's in the Baggio.
All right. Thank you so much to the Champions League for giving us that music.
That didn't happen.
And we want to record a recap of the Champions League on Wednesday night. Probably will be out by Thursday morning, but if not, we'll talk a little bit about it on the weekend show. So thank you guys so much for listening, but we're going to get out of here. Our email rather is SoccerBrothersPodcast@gmail.com. We have a Twitter and an Instagram, but we don't use our Instagram, so just go to our Twitter. That's @SoccerBrothersPod. We have a Facebook that's Soccer Brothers Podcast, and review and rate us wherever you're listening to us. Nihal, get us on Spotify soon.
It's more of a meme at this point. Because I'll look into it. Yeah, check us out on Spotify if you can. All right, that is it for us at the Soccer Brothers Podcast. See you next time for Season 2, Episode 7 of the Soccer Brothers Podcast.